Welcome to my irregulars and those of you who are walking through the door for the first time. A little bit more irregular. Maybe need a little bit more roughage or something to get these videos rolling. Anyway, I was trying to think about something that was going to, a drink that was going to beat the heat. Something that was refreshing but not too heavy. Maybe not too fruity like a lot of the tiki drinks can be. We will do a few of those later on. But something that was like a little bit lighter, still had a little bit of that tiki hint to it, and was certainly going to be something that was going to be refreshing and a little bit sharp on the tongue as well, just to brighten it up a little bit. Anyway, I happened to be reading Imbibe magazine, as you do, and they had an article about clear, sort of refreshing cocktails for the summer. So, found one. On this episode of Hit the Mahogany, we are going to be doing the Dancing Queen. Now, this is actually a recipe that I found in Imbibe magazine, referenced the Robinson Room, the bar down in Orlando. So this is their recipe. Looks like a great recipe. I have not tasted it yet, so this will be a first again. But there's other ones out there. Clearly, ABBA has had a lot of influence on cocktails out there that are called the Dancing Queen. So there's many of them out there, but find the one, or well, actually, I'm going to post this one anyway, so you'll find it there, and you'll be able to make this one very easily. Now, what caught my eye with this is nice and light, vodka, straight up, okay, that's it. No, none of the rums, a lot of tiki drinks have got rum in them as well, you know, from the Caribbean islands there. But certainly the flavour that comes, there's going to be a bit of a tiki flavour in it. You've got velvet Falernum here, which is usually can come from Barbados, but other people make it as well. This one is actually from Barbados, 11% alcohol, so like, you could think of it as a little bit of a liqueur, but it's really just a mixer in all honesty. But this is flavoured a lot with lime, cinnamon, clove, allspice. They're subtle flavours in there, but once you taste them, you actually recognise them as being part of tiki drinks. And then at this time of year, you've actually got blackberries that are out as well. So they have a blackberry syrup that's part of this. Their recipe again, you'll see it below in the text stuff once you go and subscribe to the channel and all that kind of stuff. You'll be able to see it there. Only takes 15 minutes to knock that up. Don't be afraid of how long it takes. It's very, very quick. Any sort of simple, you know, it's basically a simple syrup with just something added to it. You know, it could be cinnamon, it could be clove, it could be some form of fruit as well. Don't shy away. It's only 15 minutes. All right. Shall we get this one started? Let's, so, vodka. I'm going to be making 2 of these, 1 3/4 ounces of vodka. So that's going to be, what's 1 3/4? That's 1, 2, 3.5. So that's 2, 3. And a half. Okay. Is it easy? Here. Up. Need some acid. Here's your fruit, lime juice. 3/4 ounce of lime juice. I've got 1.5 here because I'm making 2, but 3/4 for each one. In goes your lime juice. All right. Blackberry syrup. This is actually a 2-to-1 simple syrup. I actually thinned it down just a fraction, so it's somewhere between 1-to-1 and 2-to-1 just to control the sweetness a little bit, but it's 2-to-1 that I recommend with blackberries in there. Basically, sugar, water, dissolve, bring to a simmer, throw in your blackberries, simmer for 15 to 20 minutes, let it cool down, strain out the solids, leave it to cool and put it in somewhere you can store it and get your hands on some nice squeezy bottles, you know. Okay, so this is actually going to be 1/2 ounce for each one. We shall put in 1 ounce since we're going to be doing 2, and this really is going to add to the colour. Actually, it's going to be the colour. Okay, that's our blackberry, and then velvet Falernum. It's going to be 1/2 ounce of our Falernum as well. So that's going to be 1 ounce for 2 of them. And that is it. Not quite actually, I do have a couple of bitters in here. So orange bitters, 2 dashes of orange bitters. 1, 2, we're doing 2 cocktails, aren't we? 3, 4, that's it. Very strong orange flavour, good bit of bittering in there as well. And that is us. Let's get some ice in here. We'll get this puppy chilled down. Okay, let's get shaking. Whew. Done. All right. 2 Collins glasses, tall glasses, whatever you want to call them. It calls for crushed ice. I don't have a crushed ice machine, so I'm not using crushed ice, but I'm just actually going to use regular ice. So just get some fresh ice in here. Each one. There we go. There we go. Alright. And now let's pour and see what we have got. That one. There we have it. Quite tall glasses actually. I do know clearly if you use crushed ice, then it probably go up a little bit higher because there's going to be more of that dense ice in there versus what I just used there with the regular ice that I've got just now. It's not going to kill us, is it? No. Looks fine. Alright. Straw. Oh. Now in the recipe they're actually using I think a dehydrated lime as a garnish. I don't happen to have any. As I said, a lot of times when you're making stuff, you might have to substitute something. Garnish is an easy one, but you could plop. I've got some blackberries still left over upstairs. Maybe I could plop a blackberry in there as well. Not the phone. Well, it's gone mouldy now, but anyway. But what really goes nicely with blackberry is actually mint as well. And I think, you know, why not? Because that's it's going to be refreshing. And since I've got loads of mint taking over the back garden, in she goes. Straw. And that is our... Come on, get in there. There we go. That is our dancing queen. Alright. Gonna give it a taste now. Blackcurrant's coming through just gently in the background there. Still got the vodka. You have the so as I said, you've got the vodka, you've got a little bit of that the Falernum flavour coming through, just nicely balanced. I think what I might do like this, now if you like sweet drinks, this is probably going to be one for you, because you've got the Blackberry Syrup and the Velvet Falernum's sweet as well. What I might do is I would probably maybe add an extra 1/4 ounce of lime juice and maybe one more dash of bitters, if you like it just a little bit on the sour side versus being a little bit sweet. That's nice flavour. It's not offensive. Blackcurrant. Blackcurrant? That's a different one. Blackberry just coming through in the background there. Actually, I used to have blackberry bushes out in the back garden, and when my daughter was younger I took one of the blackberries. It was very, very ripe. She opened up her mouth and I threw it. Went straight in her mouth, stuck in her throat. Thankfully it was a very ripe one and she was able to swallow it. But I shit my pants when that happened. And she remembers it as well. Anyway. I'm going to enjoy this. Enjoy your dancing queens, and see you next time. Cheers.